Welcome to the short mini lesson calculating pH, pOH, and concentrations of acid and bases. So the whole acid bases, figuring out these calculations, we've got the 5 main formulas in front of you. And this is where people are like, oh, holy cow, we have all these equations, what do we do? And that's the biggest thing that derails people in their success of finding this is, where do we go? And the thing is, we just got to take it one step at a time. So the easiest one is just you have pH and pOH equal 14. That's the standard pH scale. pH refers to hydrogen, aka acid. pOH refers to OH, or alkaline, or aka bases. So you put 0 to 7, 7 to 14, and then you put those together, you have 7. So no matter what, when you put an acid and base together, their pH and pOH values equal to 14. And then the non-layman's terms, or the more scientific terms we call it, is concentrations. And you can see these both in the blue and in the red equations. These are just, pH is the normal, hey, Joe Blow, this is what a acid is, 1 to 7. Super easy for normal people to understand. Concentrations are more scientific, and that's why we have to use different calculations. So let's do a first example here. So we're starting off with find pH, pOH, and then find the concentration of the hydroxide, OH minus, of an HCl. Now the big thing right here, ladies and gents, is right away we know this is an acid. It's because it's an H. So this is starting off at an acid, and its concentration is 1.5 times 10 to the negative fourth. So we've got to find the other 3 values. We have one value, which is the H value, which is right here. This is our H plus value, or the concentration value of the acid. So now we have to find the other one. So first off, I'd like to find the pH, because that's just going to be a general number. That's going to be between 0 and 7. So the equation, as it's set up here, pH equals negative log of its concentration. We just took this number, dragged, and dropped it in here. And this is right up here. This is number 2. This is equation number 2 that we're using right here. Find the pH value of it. So to look at this in a calculator form, turn it on. And this is the standard calculator you guys use, so it's going to be just click the negative button, click the log button, click 1.5, second log, so we have times 10 up here, click negative 4, and make sure we put 2 parentheses, click it, enter, and we do 3 sig figs. So our pH value of that, let's go back, sorry here, is 3.82. And crazy enough, it does actually not have a label to it. So boom, we got pH. I literally plugged it into the calculator. Scrolling down, we got to find the pOH. This is super easy math. So we take 14, you subtract the 3.82 to get our value of 10 points. And depending if you want 3 sig figs or 2 sig figs, I'll do more than that just to show everything. 10.18, and that would be our pOH value. So its pOH value, how hydroxide it is 10.18. How acidic it is, 3.182. Add those together, bada boom, bada bing, you got 14. So now we've got 2 of these done already. So we just finished that one. So now we have one other, which is OH minus. So now we just plug it into our next equation, which is OH minus 1 times 10 to the negative pOH, which is We're going to take our calculator, do the power of tens, put in our negative pOH, which is negative 10.18, parenthesis, and now we have our value of 6.606, run that 3 sig figs is 6.61 times 10 to the negative 11. Remember that negative e is the same thing as times 10 to the negative 11. So go back down to here. We add that in. We've got our value of 6.61 times 10 to the negative 11th. So the big thing in this is find the one number you have, and then find the next equation and plug it in, and just slowly, one at a time, find the pH, find the pOH. And the hardest thing is it's not calculating, because you guys know how to use a calculator. It's all about, can I find the right equation? So we start with an acid for this one. Now we're going to revert and start with a base for the next one and see where we can go. So example number 2 says find the pH at H plus concentration and the OH minus concentration, with a base NaOH having a pOH value of 4.5. So I want you to stop this and think, what would the first equation you want to do? I hope you guys were like, all right, let's find the pH. And by doing that, we have equation number 1. So I'd use equation number 1 to find the pH, since we already given the pOH value. So we're looking at this one right here on the top one. So once again, we want to find pH. You take your 14, you minus, now we know our number, 4.5. We get a value of, I don't know why that wrote funky there, of 9.5. So our pH value is 9.5. So that's one of our answers, because we first had to do pH. Well, we just found our pH of 4.5. So now I want you guys to stop and go back to see what equation would you use next. And there's multiple ways. There's not one way to go at this. Welcome back. For me, what I would go with our next equation being OH minus. I want to find the OH minus, because I can put in, just by using my calculator, I can put it in to the equation 1 times 10 to the negative pOH, because I'm literally just plugging in a value. I was given pOH, I'm going to plug it in and figure what that is. So, extend this a little bit here. Get my calculator up. Once again, this is simple calculation. Is all we're doing is doing second log, which is the power of 10, putting in the negative pOH value, which was, again, 4.5. So negative 4.5. Enter. And that's our value. Our value is going to be 3.16 times 10 to the negative 5th. 3.16 times 10 to the negative, I forgot, so let me look at the calculator, negative 5th. So that's our second number. That corresponds to our OH negative value, which is right up here. Let me get my arrows here. So we got, that's our OH minus value. This is our, oops, wrong thing, sorry. This is our pH value. And now the last thing that we have to find is H plus, which is once again the same up here. We just have to use our H plus equation. So I would then define H plus, type 1 times 10 to the negative pH. Now we just found our pH right here. Plug our number in here. And that would be our third and last number to find. So once again, clear this. Second, log and negative 9.5. And we get 3.16 times 10 to the negative 10th. And yes, I realize you guys are like, well, is it crazy that when I do second to the negative 4.5, I get the same 3.16 value? That is not wrong. All right. Now, if you want to go more into depth of why that happens, I'm more welcome to discuss it. But right now, we don't need to know that value. We just need to know that value, that the exponents, -5 and -10, are which is important. Up here, why they're the same, I can get into that later if you guys want me to. But right now, we're just working about with the H value and OH minus value. And then that's our ways of calculating it. This is just one way. There's multiple ways you guys can do it and ladies can do it. It's up to you, but in my mind, this is the best way for me. If you have any questions, please contact me. Other than that, have a great day, and I hope this made your calculating and solving pHs, OH minuses, and pOHs a little bit easier. Thank you, and have a great day.